But we move on to we're going back into the windshield, seeing who we got in front of us this week. Champions Classic, Kentucky, Michigan State, Kansas, Duke. We'll start with the Spartans and the Cats. For me, a lot of dudes on both perimeters, but in Michigan State, they're going to have the edge down low without Jaden Quaintance, but they have not shot it well from the floor this year, and Kentucky has been lights out in terms of that, even in the loss to Louisville. Brendon, you're a resident Michigan State guy. You grew up in the area. You know the team. What do you think they need to do to win this game?
I think this matchup is super interesting because you briefly just touched on it, but shooting, Michigan State has been horrible. At least, 3-point shooting. I think this could be one of Izzo's worst 3-point shooting teams, maybe the worst. And when he's been there for almost 30 years, that's saying a lot. And then, of course, on the other side, you have Kentucky, who under Mark Pope, he has an NBA style offense, just like he had at BYU. They want to get up shots, they want to get up threes. But Michigan State defends the 3-point line well. So that's going to be, I think, the real stylistic battle here. I like Michigan State's, athleticism and size to match up okay with Kentucky. I don't think they're going to be, they're not going to be outmanned there, especially with Quaintance still out. If I'm making a pick here, it's tough. I think it's going to be a close game. Last time these two teams met in the Champions Classic, I believe Michigan State won. And then it could be funny if Michigan State goes, beating Calipari, which I'm sure Kentucky fans were happy to see, to now if they beat Kentucky, which I'm sure Arkansas fans would be happy to see. So I think they're just going to make both of those fan bases independently happy and upset at the same time. Give me Michigan State. I think that they have a great group, the great pieces. I love Fears to lead them. He's going to have another 9-10 assist game. Cohen Carr is going to be the best athlete on the floor. They've unlocked Jackson Kohler and Carson Cooper, so I'm taking Michigan State.
I like the thought process there, and I mean they were not the most talented team on the floor against Arkansas, and they still found a way. But I think that was a home game. We're on a neutral floor in this one. I worry about the Spartans' offensive consistency, and Kentucky, they've just shot it lights out so far. There's no reason to think that they're going to have trouble doing that for me this year in this game. I don't want to pick UK, but it feels a little reckless to say that they're going to lose this game, at least for me. So I think Kentucky in, I don't know, I'd say a 82-74-ish kind of game. But yeah, I'm going Cats.
Sure. I'm not going to lie, I don't really have too many thoughts. I didn't get a chance to watch that Kentucky game because ESPN and YouTube TV couldn't agree to a deal. But I don't know. Like you guys said it for yourselves. I think stylistically, this is a very intriguing game. Like you said, Brendon, Michigan State would just want to muck it up. While Kentucky, they run a very pro-style, offense-oriented play style. So that's really intriguing just to watch. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on the game.
Got a top 10 defense versus a top 10 offense. Now we get to see what happens.
Go to the other matchup on the Champions Classic floor, Kansas and Duke, which unfortunately does not have the shine it would have had 24 hours ago. Kansas star freshman Darren Peterson out indefinitely. I believe it was a hamstring issue. And I think this does not bode well for them against Duke. There's just, other than Badunga, you just don't know who you can really trust with the Jayhawks. It's pretty easy for me. I think the Blue Devils kind of walk over the Jayhawks a little bit here, sadly.
I think exactly the same. The biggest issue with Kansas going into the year was who else is going to score outside Darren Peterson. Now they don't have him. Give me Duke.
I agree. I think we're setting ourselves up for I don't know.
Do it to us, Jayhawks. I'd love to see it. I'd love to.
But yeah, that's so tough. Peterson being out for what? For the immediate future. Yeah, immediate future. I don't know. That's so unfortunate. Like you said, Brandon, you mentioned in the last episode, who's going to step up for them. Regarding Duke, I really like their team. They're super athletic and versatile from just what I've seen. I love Dame Sarr and Isaiah Evans. He's looked really good this season so far. Really shooting the lights out. And Duke, they can score the ball. They've had back-to-back games where they scored 100 points or more. I think Kansas could be in for a long night, especially if there's looking like there's no Darren Peterson. But I'm going with Duke.
certainly a great opportunity for Melvin Council, Trey White to step up without Darren Peterson, but I think it's just a little bit. It's too early in the season for them to be able to take that kind of be able to take the baton there. I think Duke is able to focus in on Flory Badunga down low, and unless Kansas just shoots the lights out of the gym, I don't see it without Darren Peterson. So I think Duke gets a win here.